I'm Harry Lile. I'm sole proprietor of Liles Ham Sandwich Shop. I've grown up in the business. I've lived in the area all my life. I've been in this business pretty much all my life. My father's first name was Jim. My father was from Albania. My mom's name is Anastasia, and they both came here in the 50s. What brought my father into the restaurant business was when he immigrated to the United States. A lot of jobs that immigrants took were in the restaurants. So he got in the restaurant business, working as a cook, as a busboy, and eventually he bought into a partnership with a guy, and he went on with the restaurant business. There was a first Liles location in Detroit, Michigan and Grand Boulevard. He bought that in 1961, and he built the business up. And by 1964, he was looking to get another restaurant, you know, to branch out. And he saw this place was for sale here in Dearborn. He called the number, and that Sunday he got together with him to buy the place. The first time I walked in this building, I was 4 years old. My dad brought me with him, and we came through the front door, and he says, "I want you to sit down and be quiet." But I do remember distinctly that Sunday, me coming in here and just looking at the place and the stools and everything. And I've been here pretty much ever since, yeah. There were times I would spend Saturdays, Fridays in the summertime here at the restaurant all day. You know, I'd help out with minor things. You know, I used to go up and down Schaefer, Montgomery Wards, and spend all day over across the street at the park. So I remember growing up, coming in here a lot. And I enjoyed it. You know, it was fun. My parents both were involved in the restaurant. My mother first here in Dearborn, because my dad was running the Detroit location. And then when he sold that in '75, he came here, and she still was working alongside him. You know, I never thought I would want to be in the restaurant business when I was growing up. You know, my mom kept stressing, "You're going to go to college and you're going to do something else," because restaurants were hard work. When I went to college and graduated, all through my college career, you know, I always wanted to work for the government, you know, like an FBI agent or a CIA agent. And I have 2 degrees, a bachelor's and a master's. And when I graduated with my master's, my dad says, "Okay, now, I'm tired of paying for college," he says. "What are you going to do?" And I said, "Well, I'll stick to the restaurant business." And he was happy. But I used to work, you know, in between semesters in college, summer. You know, I used to work here. But full-time was in 1990. My mom stepped away from the business, I'd say about the mid-'80s. She'd put in a good 25 years or so. And my dad gradually pulled away, and by 92, 93, he was out of it. The menu has been pretty much the same, except up until 1990, we served breakfast. We had ham and egg breakfast. And that was a big hit. You know, you had a lot of people coming in, going to work, before work, a lot of city employees, Ford people, factories, offices. But by the late 80s, that died off. So we stopped serving breakfast and just kept the 2 sandwiches and 2 soups. The recipes are the same. They're very basic, very simple. If they were more complicated, I wouldn't be able to do it, believe me. I'm not a culinary genius by any stretch. The recipe for success is simplicity, small menu, make it good quality, good service, good portion. My mom taught me everything. My dad had no patience to teach anybody the whole process. But my mom brought me in one morning. She says, "This is how you make the soup, this is how you do this." She's more patient. And I said, "Okay." And I would always kid my dad. I said, "Mom taught me everything, not you." And he'd get all, you know, little attitude. We had this little part here, and then we were so busy in the late '70s that next door in the part we're sitting now was an empty lot. My dad would park his car here. So he added on this room in '78 and expanded the site physically to accommodate more customers. But as far as the insides and everything on this part, it's all the same since the 1940s. We've had some encounters with famous people, politicians, and the local celebrities, you know. I was on the Today Show with Al Roker. I got a call from somebody. She says, I represent Al Roker. Do you know him? I said, yeah, I know him. I watch him on TV. Well, he'll be in there in 10 minutes. So he came with a party at 10 and we took care of him, you know, and after that he just raved about it on the Today Show. And about a year later, the Today Show came to Detroit, at Campus Martius. I got a call from the producer beforehand saying Al Roker would want you on the Today Show. So I went downtown, I brought a whole cooked ham, hot, found him, and he was all happy. I cut a couple of slices of ham for him before he went on the air. And towards the end of the show, he put me on the last 2 minutes. So we had our 2 minutes of fame with Al Roker on the Today Show. We used to get a lot of sports celebrities years ago, a lot of Red Wings. We had Coleman Young come in from Detroit because he used to go to our restaurant in Detroit. Well, Mayor Guido used to visit a lot. We became friends when he first came in the office. He would frequent us. And over the years, we developed a relationship. You know, it just wasn't a customer. He was a friend. You know, he'd come in, we'd talk, and he was very pleasant. He was a people person. There would be times he would come in, I would say, Mr. Mayor, why don't you go sit in the dining room? He goes, oh, no, I want to sit here at the counter to see the people. I think we stuck around this long because we give a good product. People know, hey, if I want a good sandwich, a good bowl of soup, I'm going to come here, and it's not going to change. There's the stability of it. And I hear that all the time in the customers. I've got customers say, I haven't been here in 20 years and it's still the same. The restaurant business has changed over the last 60 years. It's everything in society changes. It has gotten more difficult, but especially the pandemic with the shutdown. And then when we started again, a lot of people weren't working. A lot of people are working from home, and that translates into less customers coming to me. Because they're working from home, they're not at the office, where they jump in the car, 5 minutes, they're here, half an hour you eat, you go back to work. Well, to adapt and survive after the pandemic, I shrunk my hours. I had to raise prices, and you can only do so much of that. So that has been very difficult. Plus the commodities increased the prices of the things that I buy, you know, and all that. Couple that together with the people not coming in from the pandemic, kind of accelerated my decision to leave. Well, once I lock the doors, I'm going to take a few months off and just relax, but in 2024 I'll be getting married, so that's a whole new chapter in my life, and just continue enjoying life, you know, the rest of my life. I want to get my golf game in order. I've got a lot of invitations with customers and friends to go play, so I'll be playing more golf. That's number one. Yeah, and going to Florida more, because we have vacation home in Florida that we go to, and those two things, golf in Florida and rest. I would like to be remembered in Dearborn as providing a service to the community, that I was able to provide a place for you to come and eat a good meal, a good ham sandwich, and to know that you're appreciated, and thank the city, thank the customers for almost 60 years of help, of service. I hope the legacy for Liles is that we did the best we could. We tried to provide the best food to our customers. We stayed true to our commitment to quality food, good portions, good price, good service, and we appreciate our customers, and that's all I can really ask for. That's it, you know. So we were there for our customers, and they were there for us. They were there for us.